Hello everyone and welcome back to another mukbang. We actually filmed one earlier during the summer, but the audio kind of corrupted, so that's not gonna be uploaded. That was a Popeyes mukbang, so sorry. But I just got back from Japan, so we're gonna have some ramen, but I'm gonna do this mukbang in 3 parts because I don't want to have 3 bowls of ramen in one go. So in Tokyo they have three ramen shops that are Michelin 1-starred, and they all release instant ramen. So yeah, what I have here is 1 bowl of konjiki hotogisu. It's their shio soba, which is their number 1, which is also my favorite of the 3 restaurants. And then my number 2 was from, excuse the crushed bowls, they've been through some shit. Number 2 was from Tsuta, and this one is their shoyu soba. And yep, a little damaged over here. Hopefully the bowl's still okay to use. And then my 3rd place, which is definitely still good, but not as good as the other 2, is the Tantan ramen from Nakiryu. I'm gonna save the best for last and go from opposite order, so I guess for this section of the video we'll be having the Tantan ramen. And the noodles seem a little different from normal ones, so that's a good sign. And then there's the powder soup, the liquid soup, and this is the sesame sauce. So first you put in this one and then add hot water, and then after 3 minutes you put in the liquid one, and then you put in the sesame. Itadakimasu! Alright, so this right here is the tantanmen from Nakiryu, and compared to the actual ramen itself from the store, I think this has a lot more sesame flavor and not as vinegary. Because obviously it's not gonna be the exact same. Come on, it's instant ramen. Alright, let's just give this a taste. It really is quite different. It's still like really good though, because the noodles that they used are, I'd say, a lot more thin, and it's not like fresh, but they taste a lot like thinner and crispier. It's still really good for instant ramen though. Yeah. And yeah, like it smells, the soup is just a lot more sesame based, whereas I thought like the soup at the store itself was very like full bodied. If you mixed it a little, you could actually see that it was clear underneath. So yeah. Of the several days that I was there in Tokyo, I ate ramen for so many days. My mom was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you made out of 100% ramen now?" And it's true, I am. Should I go over my Michelin star ramen ranking? So this was number 3. Number 2 was Tsuta. And then number 1 was Konjiki. Now I'll start with this one, I guess. So the reason why this one's number 3 is that although like the flavor is still like really good, and the noodles are like really like well matched with the soup, I thought that this was the one that provided the least special flavor, whereas like the other two had a very like distinct flavor that I thought like you might not be able to get anywhere else. But the bowl of ramen here was I think the cheapest of the three. And that's already like super reasonably priced. I think it was 850 yen. So with the current conversion rate, that's a little more than $8 for a bowl of Michelin starred ramen. It's crazy. And then my number 2 spot, Tsuda, that's the one that specializes in truffled ramen, which makes sense as to why it's like so crazy expensive compared to other ones. It was like a little over $21. I think it was like 2,000 something yen, which makes it by far the most expensive ramen I've had there, and also more expensive than most of the meals I've had too. But it's because it has truffle on it, so not surprising that it was so expensive. That one, I thought the flavor was super special. Like, the mushroom flavor in it was very fragrant, and every bite of noodle you took, it felt like your entire mouth was just filled with mushroom fragrance. The flavor really stuck to the noodle, and it was so good. The more I ate, the more delicious I thought it was. And then my first place worth it winner is definitely Konjiki Hototogisu. Their soup is very like seafood based. I think they broil a lot of clams for theirs, and not only was it like a very special distinct taste, I thought that it was also like super worth it because it was only 900 yen for the most basic one. I actually got the one with the egg inside, so it was 1,000. But don't get the egg; it's not worth it. Yeah, for sure, number one. Because it's super worth the price. It's also only like, I think if you convert it to dollars, it's like $8.50 more or less. For probably the best ramen I've ever had in my life. The noodles were also like super good. I don't know how to describe things like food properly, but the noodles were very light, matched with the soup super well, and the first sip of soup I had, it was like life-changing. It was mind-blowingly so rich despite being a seafood-based broth. But I'm not gonna lie, if Tsuda had a ramen that was a little cheaper, I feel like it might have been a really strong contender for number one spot. Just because both of them provided a really special flavor that like I kind of understand why the Michelin gave it a star. It's super funny because the day we went to try out Konjiki, actually a little earlier, Charlie and I went to we were in the area for a Michelin starred izakaya. And I was under the impression because like an izakaya is more like a tavern, it'd be more like laid back and chill. It was definitely not. We were in this super fancy business district and it was really quiet, and the restaurant was like on the fourth floor of some really quiet residential building. So when we actually finally found it, we opened the door and there was no one inside. And then the hostess was like, "Do you have a reservation?" And we're like, "Shit, no." She's like, "Oh, it's okay. We still have spots right now because obviously the entire place is empty. Um, maybe because it like just opened or something." But I almost sat down and Charlie was like, "Wait, no, we gotta look at the menu first." So we asked her the menu, she hands it to us, and there's no prices on it. So that's when we knew this place is probably super expensive, because if you don't write price, that means it's probably a set price. And those things are never cheap. So I asked, in perfect Japanese, of course. I'm kidding. I asked how much it was, and she was like, "Oh, every person like $100." And we're like, "We'll be back." And then we turned around and we left, and we had the best ramen ever. Yeah. Fun Michelin starred adventures. I was also gonna go to a Michelin starred sushi place, but all of them were also pretty expensive. So instead, we went to Uobe, which is the kaiten sushi, for 108 yen each plate. And that was amazing. It was so good. Yeah, so that's it for part one. This is my first bowl done. Super good. Next bowl will be Taz. We'll see how it is without the freshly grated truffle on top. Yeah, and alright, well this is super awkward because I actually procrastinated making this mukbang for such a long time that the Michelin guide updated and Sutat no longer has its one Michelin star. But we are at the end of the quarter now. I literally didn't eat these for the whole quarter and just have them sitting on my desk. But yeah, well, I'm still gonna be eating all of them. I'm a little mad that Sutat lost a star because I personally think it was a lot better than Nahiryu, but yeah. Well, I'll make both of them today. I'll eat both of them. Okay, well we're starting with the no longer Michelin starred Suta. Their like uniqueness of flavor came from their truffles, so we'll see how this compares to like in store. It's probably like way different. Okay, so for this one, you add the dry like ingredients first, and then fill up the soup, wait 5 minutes, and then you put in the rest of this, which is the liquid soup, the oil, and the other ingredient. Is that bamboo? I don't know. The dry ingredients contains an entire slice of what I assume is bacon. That's crazy. Alright, here we go. Itadakimasu. It smells really good. This is crazy. Memes really write themselves. I spilled everything on the floor. So, yeah, I'll take like one bite of this, but because some of it like stayed in the bowl. But like, I'll be throwing the rest of this away. What the? By the way, this was like refilled soup because like all the soup spilled, but like some of the noodles stayed in, so I'll just like take a few bites of this and like throw it away because that's disgusting. Here's like the bacon that was on it. Oh, what a shame. It's actually pretty good. And I was gonna say that like the oil that you put on top of the noodle, I think that's like, it's like slightly truffly, so it's supposed to match like the truffle fragrance of the tsuta noodles. Oh, I'm so sad. This is actually really good. Alright, well that's unfortunate. Yeah. Now this will be a true Michelin star ramen mukbang because the only one that lost its Michelin star got literally dropped. Okay, time for everyone's undisputed favorite. The only bowl that actually is kind of stayed intact throughout the trip. Let's hope I don't drop this one. 2 soup bases. Both, this one says special soup and this one just says liquid soup, and then like 2 dry ingredients. You put the dry ingredients in first and then let it sit for 4 minutes, I think, and then you put the rest of it in. Here we go. Itadakimasu. For real this time, hopefully. I just have to make it over to that table. Alright, well, welcome back after a tumultuous beginning of a day. I have a beautiful bowl of instant ramen right in front of me. This is so sad. So smell-wise, it smells like a lot more buttery and way less like seafoody than the actual bowl that in person. Obviously, to be expected, like it's not gonna taste the same. And yeah, let's get eating. Oh my god, why is it still so... The noodles are still like bunched together. I have no idea what the circular dry ingredient was supposed to be. Probably like that piece of ham that they had on top. Not ham. I don't know what type of meat it was. It was just good. Okay, so. Okay. It's definitely like a very special flavor in terms of like instant ramen and like ramen in general. Like I'm not sure what it is. I can't pinpoint it because like obviously they have like their secret ingredient or whatever, but it just tastes like very fresh. I don't know if you can describe it like that, but yeah. Let's try the mystery circle. So definitely something like ham. Not completely sure, but yeah. I'm like the worst mukbanger who doesn't know what I'm eating all the time. Like, so all in all, this is still like pretty dissimilar to the actual ramen there. It doesn't taste like it, but it tastes like really good. Like it's really buttery and like the seafood kind of like is subtle, but like is there. Like it's very aromatic. And I think what's nice about like high-end instant ramens is that instead of having powdered soup, it's liquid soup. Like I'm sure it's like just as bad for you, like preservatives and everything, but it just makes it taste better. Like you don't have to worry about the powder like dissolving properly. It's just liquid, so it mixes in well. Also, like the oil and fat content can be controlled more easily if it's liquid soup based. So it's the end of the quarter now. Fall quarter's been great. I've been chilling along, cruising so easily. Like, I only realized how easy my quarter was when, come finals week, I only have one actual test final. And the morning of my final, I woke up in such a good mood, and I said, today is gonna be a great day because my classes are so easy. I wrote a lot of papers though. Like this is probably the most writing intensive quarter I've done. No, it's not the most writing intensive quarter I've done, but definitely the longest papers I've done. North Campus majors be like, oh, you said no minimum limit? Okay, let me just type out 3,000 words MBD. It's fine. When even the professor didn't want to read our stuff, so he said, okay, I'll cap it at 5,000, but I highly doubt any of you are gonna get there. tiny little mushrooms. They're so cute. Anyways, all of my roommates left me. I am alone. It is pretty sad. Last year around this time, I actually filmed the Cozy Nabe mukbang with Charlie. So it's been a year since then. Have I changed? Oh, okay, well, the soup smells fragrant. When you drink it, it tastes absolutely nothing like what you have in stores. Like, that soup in stores was actually mind-blowing, crazy, like life-changing experience. By the time I upload this mukbang, I still will not be done editing my Tokyo vlog, so please hang in there and suffer with my really poor editing turnaround. What's happened this quarter? Because I kind of did nothing. My quarter went by in a really fast blur. Thanksgiving being so close to the end of the quarter really messed with everyone. Who let November start on a Friday? Like, don't push Thanksgiving back that much. The rest of us suffer. A lot of us came back to like having papers due the next day or like finals to take, so luckily my professor pushed my paper due date from Monday to Wednesday, otherwise Thanksgiving would not have been a fun time. I would have been cramming at home writing a 16-page paper the entire time. Well, anyways, thanks for tuning in to my supposed to be 3, but now 2, like literally according to the Michelin guidebook, mukbang. So here it is. Thanks for watching.